sailing up and heading out to our country. Big, beautiful tankers, and we're loading them up with oil and gas and everything else, and it's a pretty beautiful thing to see.
I'm not kidding. Something in the gas is different in California. Look. Now, I know you're going to try to say I'm driving differently here. I'm not. Traffic was way worse in Charleston, but I was getting 33 miles a gallon because I drive a Lexus NX 300H hybrid. I come out here. Last few times I've refilled my car, ever since I've been here, I lost 10 miles a gallon plus. And I'm actually sitting in less traffic, driving more highway miles here. Makes absolutely no sense. I think they're doing something shady, trying to force everybody to go electric.
I've been hearing about it for the past week and a half or so, about gas being watered down and burning faster. I just haven't personally experienced it or noticed it with my car until this morning.
Is it just me, or has anyone else noticed that you can no longer smell the gas at gas stations? Like, I'm filling up my car right now with 93 octane, $5 a gallon, and I can't smell the gas.
Let me ask you something real quick. Have you ever filled your tank, full tank, and somehow it feels like it disappeared too fast? Like you didn't even drive that much, but the needle is already dropping. Yeah, you are not the only one noticing it, because right now a lot of people are saying something is different with gas. Before I say anything else, let's go watch the clip people reacted on about this gas, because what you are about to see, it got people questioning everything. Watch it, then come back. Let's break this down.
I'm not kidding. Something in the gas is different in California. Look. Now, I know you're going to try to say I'm driving differently here. I'm not. Traffic was way worse in Charleston, but I was getting 33 miles a gallon because I drive a Lexus NX 300H hybrid. I come out here. Last few times I've refilled my car, ever since I've been here, I lost 10 miles a gallon plus. And I'm actually sitting in less traffic, driving more highway miles here. Makes absolutely no sense. I think they're doing something shady, trying to force everybody to go electric by charging high gas prices and putting something in the gas or diluting it. Call me crazy if you want, but I mean, my numbers don't lie. I had reset it a few months ago, so that's obviously like, you know, coming down a little bit. But since the refuel, look how bad. Yeah.
Okay, so after filling up 2 days ago, I am completely on board with the theory that the gas is being burnt way quicker.
Hey, fuel hauler here. So I've seen about 50 of these videos of people very concerned and very certain that gas stations are watering down the fuel now that prices are so high. And I know prices are so high and they're getting worse every single day. But that's not a thing. And I'm going to tell you how I know that. So every time I pull into a gas station to drop fuel, the first thing I do is stick the tank, the underground tank. I've got like a wooden stick, 9 or 10 feet long, and I can see how many inches of gas or diesel are in the tank with that. But at the bottom, I smear some of this gel on there. It's called SAR gel. It looks backwards on there, but it's called SAR gel, and there's other brands. What this does is change colors when it contacts water. So it's you can kind of see on the end there. I'm not going to waste any of it, but it's bright orange, kind of a yellow orange, and you paste a little bit at the bottom of that stick, and when you stick the tank, if there's water in that tank, it will turn bright blue, so you know there's water in there. In addition, all the modern gas stations have digital sensors. It's called Veeder-Root, and so those sensors are in their tanks. And when I come to drop fuel at the station, I'll go in and ask for a Veeder reading, and the Veeder reading is a little ticket. It's going to tell me how many inches of gas or diesel are in that tank. It's also going to tell me if there's any water, and if there is water, then what percentage. If there is water in that tank, I'm not dropping the fuel. I won't do it. It's a liability. So I know when I go to drop fuel whether there's water in the tank or not, and there's not water in the tank. That's all I know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why you're burning gas quicker or if it's just psychological because it costs so damn much now. But as far as the water in the tank, that's not a thing. Still expensive though.
Not even trying to be that conspiracy theorist guy, but there is something going on with the fuel. They have to be watering the fuel down because my car, I watch my car, it's a pretty new car, and when it gets down to E or it tells me there's 80 kilometers remaining, that is always accurate. You know, it's pretty much kilometer to kilometer, super accurate. I'll drive 1,000 meters and it'll go down by 1. It'll say 79 kilometers left till empty. I've just driven 3 kilometers up the road. I know it's 3 kilometers because I run this way and I know how far I'm running. My car just went from having 80 kilometers to E down to 56. So 24 kilometers it's telling me that I've driven. And I know people are going to say, oh, it's to do with your fuel efficiency and how you're driving. No, I do this all the time. I know my car. And I know that they are doing something to the petrol because that is not accurate.
Not only have the gas prices increased, the gas is diluted. Am I the only one that has noticed that? The gas is diluted. I'm going to the gas station way more than I was. It's running out faster. There's no way it's telling me how many miles I left this quick, like, and it's going down faster. Nobody was noticing. This is crazy. Somebody got to do something. Somebody got to say something. This is crazy.
They are putting more ethanol in our gas these days. I'm telling you, a full tank of gas I used to fill it up every other week, but now I have to fill it up every week, doing the same errands, going to the same places. Like, what the hell is going on here?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like the higher the gas is, the less time it lasts. Like, this gas is like watered down gas. And I can't be the only one who's noticed that. Literally, you put $20 and that shit burns up like it's 10. You put $50, that shit burns up like you just put 20. Okay, so after driving all around town, the cheapest gas I found was $5.09. They're playing in our faces, and I don't want to hear, oh, we lost 2 oil things and that. I don't want to hear none of that shit. They're playing in our faces. They always playing in our faces. Now look at this shit. I already had a little over a quarter of a tank before I put $40 in. Like, what the fuck? If y'all see me on a motherfucking electric bike, a scooter, or a skateboard to get to work, mind your business. Matter of fact, stop and offer me a ride. Because who the fuck can afford these fucking gas prices?
Is it just me, or has anyone else noticed that you can no longer smell the gas at gas stations? Like, I'm filling up my car right now with 93 octane, $5 a gallon, and I can't smell the gas. I'm standing this close to the pump while it's pumping into my car. Now, I vividly remember as a kid when my dad used to come to the gas pumps and I would be in the backseat of his truck, I could smell how potent the gas was. From inside the car, I didn't even have to get out the car, I could smell the gas when he was pumping the gas. And I'm standing right outside my car, pumping the gas, and you can't smell it. Like, what's going on? Why does it seem like the quality of everything has become weaker since we become adults? Like, housing is going up, gas prices going up. Is the quality of gas going down? Because I cannot smell the gas right now. But I cannot smell the gas right now, so I don't know what's up with that. Now I smell it when I'm taking it out of when I'm taking the pump out. I can smell it right now, but when I first took it out, when it was pumping, I could not smell it. So I don't know what's up with that. Is that suspicious to y'all too? Is gas getting weaker? Or is gas becoming worse quality?
Something's going on with the gas these days, man. I got my conspiracy hat on because I believe there is treachery afoot. Allow me to explain. So I live in Calgary, Alberta, God's country, and gas is $1.46 per liter. It's about $4.35 per gallon for my American friends. Highest I've ever seen it. But this isn't about the price of gas. This is about the gas itself. So my family owns 2 vehicles, a 2014 SUV and then this old truck. And both are pretty hard on gas. My own fault, I know. But because they guzzle gas, I am obsessed with watching the fuel consumption gauge. I try to drive very efficiently and keep that liters per 100 kilometers number down. Again, for the Americans watching this, You want high miles per gallon, low liters per 100 kilometers. But over the last few months, despite my best efforts, accelerating slowly, being careful not to idle, coasting to red lights, those numbers just keep climbing higher and higher. Normally, if I'm careful, I can keep the SUV around 13 or 14 liters per 100 kilometers and the truck around 17, 18. Here are the fuel consumption numbers right now. This is for the SUV and this is for the truck. The tires are filled properly, the oil is changed regularly, there is nothing else wrong with these vehicles. Now, of course, cold weather has an effect on fuel efficiency, but the thing is, Calgary has been very mild this winter. We've had like 3 weeks of cold weather. Are they selling us crappy gas? Is it possible that in an effort to keep gas prices from climbing even higher, they are watering down the gas? Is that even something that can be done? I asked this question on our radio show recently and got a response from a guy who works in oil and gas, and he pointed to the federal regulations for clean fuel. Essentially, he said that more ethanol is being added to lower grade gasoline to make it burn cleaner, but as a result, it's less efficient. So now, not only are we paying far more for gas, the same volume of gas doesn't get us quite as far. Jump into the comments and let me know if you're seeing this too.
That right there is not good at all. There's something wrong with this gas. All right, guys, testing for 15% ethanol in the gas today at Shell, where it's $3.79. Where is it where you are? And don't forget to tell me where you want me to go next. So the E15 gas will be in almost every gas station across the United States in 3 weeks. And you guys have posted these pics in the comments where you've seen it in your states, like Missouri and South Carolina and Texas so far. I'm assuming gas stations will be able to issue it how they want, but if it's anything like these, you'll be forced to pay the premium price if you want E10. So what do you think about that? Would you consider that a form of consumer manipulation or price gouging? All right, we're gonna do plus today. All right, let's check and see if this gas meter is set properly and we're getting what we paid for. All right, for Shell, 247 works. Anything under 0.250 is okay. That means that they have everything set correctly. All right, water fill line is right on. Here we go, like we always do. Gas to the gas line. There we go. Shake for 45. And then wait 5. Look at this. I let this go 10 minutes instead of 5, and you still can't even see through it. This is absolutely the worst test I've seen so far. That right there is not good at all. There's something wrong with this gas. And that could be a couple things. It could be water contamination. It could be phase contamination. There could be other additives or impurities in there, or it could be old gas. I mean, it's possible that the ethanol, and that's what it does, is it attracts water, that it pulled water into this gas, so there's water in it. All right, so for Shell, I guess we give it to them for hitting the E10 level. But I wouldn't put this in my gas tank, would you?
I noticed something today when it comes to gas or fuel prices, or just what's going on with fuel, and I need to know if I'm the only one seeing it or if I'm just if I'm crazy and imagining it. But gas prices are a lot higher than they've been in a while. I live in Texas. Obviously, we know they've gone up, whatever. But here's the part that I am struggling to understand. Is it me, or is a full tank of gas not lasting as long as it was before? I feel like I'm paying more for gas and it's not lasting me nearly as long as it normally does. Is this in my imagination? Maybe. That's why I would just like to know if anybody else is seeing this. Because I swear, I normally fill up my gas tank once a week. I drive a lot for work. But recently, I've been filling it up a lot more, and I feel like I've driven a lot less. Anyways, I would love to know if anybody else is seeing this, or if it's just in my imagination. It very well could be, but I want to know your thoughts. Thanks.
A lot of people seem to think they're watering down the gas here at the pump. So we're here at the 76 in San Diego with an ethanol testing bottle, and we're gonna find out for ourselves. This is gonna be able to tell me exactly how much ethanol is in this gasoline. And by watering down, essentially I mean diluting, which means they're adding more ethanol into the gasoline, which can cause engines to misfire, to blow, can shorten the lifespan of your car. It's just not good for your car overall. And will be one example as to how you would get less mileage on the same full tank of gas. And with the war in Iran and gas prices through the roof, people are saying all over America that they're noticing a difference in the gas and they're getting less mileage. So we're gonna find out for ourselves. So first we're gonna fill it up to the blue line with water. Then you're gonna choose which gasoline you want. I'm gonna do regular, and gas is $5.99. Then you're gonna fill this up to the top with gasoline. Then I'm gonna fill this one up through the red line with the gasoline from the other one. And you shake it for 45 seconds. Then you let it sit for 5 minutes. And it doesn't matter which one you choose, each one should be up to about 10% ethanol. Any more than 10% is a red flag and likely means it's being diluted. And just a few days ago, the EPA announced that starting May 1st of this year, they're going to allow gas stations to legally sell E15, which is ethanol at 15%, instead of the standard E10 that they sell now. And a big part of the reason I'm out here doing these gas tests in the first place is because people across the country are reporting signs of this already happening. The 5 minutes is up. Let's see what this reads. So this one reads right about 8 or 9% ethanol, which is actually better than 10% ethanol, because the less ethanol, the more potent the gas is. The more ethanol, the more diluted the gas is. So 76, you guys passed the test, at least here in this location in San Diego, California. Let me know where you guys want me to test next in the comments, and we are going to keep testing up until that May 1st change to the E15 gas, and then we'll keep testing and see the changes from there. Stay tuned.
I've been hearing about it for the past week and a half or so, about gas being watered down and burning faster. I just haven't personally experienced it or noticed it with my car until this morning, okay? About maybe 20 minutes ago. First of all, I got my setting set to distance to empty so I can see exactly how many miles I have until my car is on empty, right? So I drove maybe 2.5 miles at the most, but yet my car told me that I burned, is it 7 miles worth of gas in 2.5 miles, right? So I'm here to confirm it. Gas is being cut, okay? Now, I don't know if it's the gas station doing it or the petroleum companies doing it, but it's definitely happening, okay? So I went to 2 different AI sources for answers, right? And immediately I got gaslit by both of them, okay? So they covering for them too, so you ain't gonna get no answers for them. I'm just gonna go ahead and warn you now. You can try, but I'm here to confirm that gas is definitely being cut.
Can somebody please do a test on the California gas? Maybe you have an old gas tank with old gas from like 3 months ago in it in comparison to now. I just bought a new 2026 Toyota Corolla, right? And so the gas mileage should be insane. It should be great. The problem is that I just put in gas maybe 2 weeks ago. It said that it was going to last me maybe 411 miles. A week and a half later, I'm at like 12. Bro, I drive. Literally, my town is so small. Let me give you an idea of my driving habits. All I do is drive from my house to a coffee shop every single day to go edit my videos and go do work all day long. That's a round trip of maybe 8 miles. I feel like this gas is watered down. I might be wrong. But I feel like the gas is a little bit watered down.
They've done it, folks. They're watering down the gas. Don't put that E15 shit in your vehicle unless it's designed for flex fuel. And damn sure don't put it in any small engines like lawnmowers, chainsaws, and things like that. You know, since Donald Trump put in these emergency orders that these gas stations can sell E15, there's more and more of them doing it. So you can save 20 cents a gallon. Don't buy into that shit, because unless your vehicle is set up for E15, you can do major engine damage. And these gas stations are required to let you know whether you're getting E15 or E10 anyway. They're going to have it on the pump at some spot. If it says 10% ethanol, you're good. If it says E15 or 15% ethanol, don't put that shit in your vehicle unless your vehicle is designed for it. If it's designed for it, it's going to say flex fuel or E15 on it somewhere. It's not worth saving 20 or 30 cents a gallon, because you're going to end up with thousands of dollars worth of engine repairs.
There is something seriously wrong with this gas that we are putting in our car. I don't care what they say. They are doing something to this gas. 3 days ago, I put $60 in my car. That gave me 232 miles to empty. I work from home, so I hardly ever have to go anywhere. So when I got in my car today, I noticed that I only had 147 miles to empty. So I'm like, that's not right. Let me monitor this gas. As y'all can see, the time is 12:02. I'm only going 30 miles per hour at this point.
12:04, I came to a complete stop. 144 miles to empty. Light changed and I accelerated. 143 miles to empty, still 12:04. Still 12:04, 142 miles. I'm not even speeding. 12:05, I'm approaching another stoplight. 139 miles to empty. 12:06, 138. 30 miles. Again, I'm not speeding. 12:06, 137 miles. 12:07, 136 miles. Still going at a very low speed. 12:07 still, 135 miles. 12:07 still, 134 miles. 12:08, 133 miles to empty. Still 12:08, 132 miles. 12:09, 131 miles. 12:09, 130 miles to empty. The only time my gas does not burn that fast is if I go to Costco. Costco is the only gas station right now that I've tested that does not do this to my gas. For anyone ask, no, I do not have a leak. I just had my car inspected. There is nothing wrong with it. They are simply doing something to this gas. I don't know what they are doing, but they are doing something to this gas. I should not burn 17 miles in a matter of 7 minutes. I don't care what I'm doing. That is not normal.
Now let's have a real talk about it. People everywhere are saying the same thing. My gas isn't lasting like before. I am spending more but driving less. Something feels off. And when you hear the same story again and again, it makes you wonder, is it perception or is something actually changing? Now let's break this down simple. There are a few real factors that could explain this. Gas prices fluctuate based on global supply and demand. Fuel blend change depending on the season. Traffic, driving habits, and inflation all play a role. But here is the thing: even with all that, people are still feeling the difference. And when everyday people feels it, that matters. Now let's go deeper. People of from because for many black communities, this kind of situation is differently. Why? Because when cost goes up, it doesn't just affect convenience, it affects survival. We are talking about community committing to work, running small businesses, taking care of families. So when gas feels like it's burning faster, it's not just annoying, it's stressful. And historically, communities that are already careful with spending tends to notice changes like this quicker because every dollar matters. Now, let's be honest, not everything is always a conspiracy, but at the same time, people are not crazy for asking questions because when you see higher prices, lower performance, and less values, it rises eyebrow. And that's why this is trending because it's relatable. Everybody drive, everybody buy gases. So when something feels off, millions of people connect to that instantly. That's how things goes viral. But here is the bigger picture. This isn't just about gas, it's about truth. Trust is prices. Trust in system, trust in what we are paying for because when people start questioning everything, everyday things, that says a lot. Think about it. Have you ever bought something and felt like you didn't get your money worth? That feelings it stick with you. Now imagine that every time you fill your gas at the you fill your tank at the end of the day, maybe nothing dramatically changed, or maybe something subtle did. But one thing is clear: people are paying attention now, and once people start noticing pattern, the conversation doesn't stop. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever noticed your gas running out faster, or do you think it's just normal changes? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about this because it got a lot of people talking. And if you want more real, unfiltered, real life breakdown like this, hit that subscribe button because we are keeping it real every day. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all in my next video.